everybody. Welcome Amazon, welcome everybody. I hope everybody's having a great night and a fantastic weekend. My name is Lisbel and I am here one more time bringing you some more style drops for everybody. Now tonight I want to start by saying a big thank you to Zeagoo and to Involand, because thanks to them we have some beautiful shirts that we're gonna be seeing tonight. And I want to remind you that I'm always here bringing you styles that are comfortable, styles that make you feel confident, because beautiful we already are. So we are gonna skip that part that we get that solved. So I just wanna thank you again for being here, and just to let you know and to remind you that today we're gonna be trying on some button-up shirts, okay? Because if you know, you know. If you have some wide hips like I do, it is a little bit difficult to find some of these button-up shirts that really actually kind of fit or work. So I got some of them here, and maybe if they don't work necessarily great because of, you know, if you're like a little bit narrower on top and a little bit wider on the bottom, it is a struggle, right? But at least we'll find ways to just make them look better, right? So that the important thing is that we feel good, all right? So, as always, remember that this is a live shopping event. That means that everything that I'm gonna be showing you tonight here, you're gonna be able to purchase immediately. You're gonna see on your device. It could be on the bottom of the screen or on either side. It depends on where you are, okay? What device you are. And you're gonna see some pictures. That's what we call a carousel. And in there, you're gonna be seeing all of the pieces that I'm gonna be showing you tonight, okay? So whenever you're interested in one of them, all you have to do is touch it, and you're gonna have all the different patterns available, the different sizes that are available, and also you're gonna see the pricing, okay? So I always encourage everybody to measure themselves before you make a purchase, just because the, you know, sizing is not necessarily perfect throughout the brands, or even if within the same brand, because, you know, we have different materials, we have different cuts on the fabric, so that is definitely gonna make a difference. So the best thing is measure yourself and check out the size guides on each one of the items. And of course, if you have any questions, there is a chat over here, so make sure that you get in, say hi, tell me that you're here, and you can always ask your question there. I'll be doing my best to show you everything you need to see and to answer any questions that you may have that I can answer, of course. So I guess we're ready. So I'm gonna start by just highlighting the first item, and it is the same, you know, the shirt that I'm wearing. I'm not gonna call it a shirt, right? Because it's kind of like a cami. These I have had for a long time. A very long time. So this is how it looks, and it has been used a lot, and I love it because it's an excellent layering piece. So I always try to show it to you guys. Now, one thing that I would say about this one is that it is not adjustable, okay? So basically you need to make sure that you have the measurements right, and check out that guide so that you can you know, actually get the size that is best for you and the fit that you actually like. One of my favorite things about this one is that V neckline in the back. You see that? Because that is not very common. So to me, that little V neckline in the back is everything, and I love the way it looks. I love the way it feels. It's so soft and very stretchy. I am wearing a double extra large, and like I said, I've had this one for so long, and it still looks, you know, like the first day. Look at how nice it has. This nice little double seam in here, like a little double border. So it adds a little bit extra in it, okay? So I am wearing this one because I'm just gonna keep it under, you know, like a base layer, in case we wanna leave one of these shirts open, okay? One of the button-up shirts. So I will to start with this one. I want you to check out the different prices depending on the size and also the color. So check it out. Check it out. You got to. Look at it. It's right there. All right. So the first one that I'm gonna show you is this beauty. I have been in love with this one. I have been showing it for a little while and I really love it. So I'm gonna start by talking about, you know, the pattern. So to me, and I always say this, is it looks very groovy, right? Like 60s or 70s, I don't know, just that little vibe. I love it. And I want you to notice that it has a material that is it is soft, okay, but it is not stretchy. All right, it will be really good for this time of the year because it's not, you know, it's not like overly warm, but at the same time, if it's a little bit cool outside, it will really help you. Okay, so I'm gonna show you the details before I put it on. And it has this nice little button right here on the cuff, and it has a nice little colored neckline, so it is not stiff, but it does keep some of its shape. I love that this can be used for you going to the office, or you know, you can use it for school, like if you're a teacher. So this is actually a very nice one, and I want you to notice that in the back, usually you will have, or I have some in here that will have a little bit of a pleated design on the back, but this one is completely flat. Okay, so it's just the piece of fabric right there. There's no other extra decorations on the back, but I do want to show you the hemline just so that you have an idea of how it looks. And this is the one that you're seeing is a double extra large right here. Okay, so this is how it looks on the hemline. Okay, so it has a good length. What happens with this type of top is that sometimes for us that have a wider hips, it's a little bit more difficult to get a right fit, because you know, we got a little bit of a narrower torso area, but then when it comes to the hips, then that's when things get a little bit, you know, wider. So check this out, and that's why I wanted to show you how they look, just so that you have an idea. This one, you know, we can always just make it a little bit less modest because we have something underneath, so that's gonna work fine. And this is how it looks. So we can just tuck this one in so that it's not on the way of our, you know, a little experiment. And as you can see, is tighter on the hip area. So my hips are 55 inches, and this is a double extra large. So this is how it's gonna look if you do decide to leave it out. So you have a little bit of, you know, a gap right here, but like it doesn't look bad, because sometimes, you know, even if we don't have wide hips on purpose, that last button can be left open. So, you know, not a big deal, right? So this is how it looks on the side, and this is how it looks from the back. So I guess this one would work like this. So it's not a big deal. But remember that this one does not have, yes, I did. Okay, just making sure that I, you know, that I activated it. Dawn, how are you? So good to see you. Thank you, Dawn. I appreciate that. You are awesome. So good to see you. I hope you had a wonderful, because you know, Mother's Day just, you know, went by, and I know that you have some babies around the house. So I hope that everything went good. Did you have a good Mother's Day? I really hope so. So I'm very, very happy that you're here. Good to see you. And thank you. So yeah, so this one, I guess this will be one that you can wear this way. It's not overly big on top. So sometimes there are some of them that really look super big on top, and then, you know, the fit is not quite right, but I think this one really, I think this one really looks good. So, what was I gonna say? It just went away. But anyway, so yeah, so this one, again, it is from Zeagoo, and it does have a lot of other designs, so patterns. So this is not the only one. So if you want to check that out, go ahead and check it out. So this is not the, you don't have to stick to the pattern of the stripes. Okay, all right. So let me go ahead and show you the next one. So the next one is from Involand. Okay, and if you have been following me for a while, you know that I love my Involand because they specialize in plus sizes. And not the kind of plus sizes that is just like square shirts, right? They do have a nice little variety of, cute and formal and casual and a little bit of everything for curvy ladies. So if I remember correctly, I think their sizes can go up to 20. Oh, well, it depends. Okay, so this one is 16W. I think it goes up to 24W if I remember correctly. I don't have my tablet here. I should have gotten it, but I didn't. I'm so sorry. So yeah, the important thing is that if you are a curvy lady, if you are on the plus size side, I really recommend that you check Involand, their store. You can just click on here and it, once you are in one of their products, you can immediately go to the top where it says visit the store, and you can go immediately in there and see everything they have. Or you can just visit my storefront, because I have a lot of products from Involand, because I really love it. All right, so okay, so here's this one. This one is more, this one is softer. Okay, this one has a more of a silky feel to it, and it also has that nice little button right here on the cuff area, but like I said, this one has a little bit more detail, maybe a little bit more elevated. It has also the collar neckline, of course, but this one is even more hold on one second. Okay, this one is even softer than this one, but it still holds a little bit of shape, so you're gonna see when I put it on. Okay, and one thing that I do want to show you, I was telling you about the back of the shirt. So this is very important, and I know that sometimes when we look at ourselves in the mirror, we just look at the front, but always check out the back because it depends on how you want to look also. So this one does not have the pleated design that I was telling you before, but it does have this little line through the back. So that what makes that really good is that it cuts. I'm so sorry. What it kind of does is that it cuts a little bit of that big piece of fabric, all right, and it gives you a little bit more maybe more shape, maybe more structure. Now this one is a little bit on the longer side, so you can also wear it out. I would say all of these you can wear out comfortably if you want to have all that super coverage, but of course you can also tuck it in if it doesn't feel quite right. Sometimes it feels a little bit I don't know, like frumpy or oversized. All right, so let me go ahead and try this one on. So I should have taken this one on, but anyway, I'm gonna try this one on and then show you how it looks. That's why I decided to leave the other the cami on the bottom, because that way I can make this a lot easier and maybe a lot faster, so that you guys can see it. Don't forget, if you're here for the first time, make sure, well, first, welcome, and make sure that you follow me, okay? I am usually on Sundays, except for sometimes, like for example, last Sunday was Mother's Day, so I was planning on coming on Sunday, but everything got extended, so you know how it is. All right, so here's the next one. This one is 16W. Okay, so this one is gonna be a little bit tighter. I usually do like 18 or 20W, but this one is 16W because I wanted something that was a little bit tighter on top, because I knew that I was gonna wear these tucked in. All right, so that's the thing. When you know, when you already know your body, right, and you know, you check the hold on one second, and you check the numbers, so you immediately see that, you know, it's not gonna fit, or at least you're not gonna be able to just leave it out, or if you go for the size that would actually fit your hips, like what always happens to me, then the top is gonna be just too big. It's gonna be oversized, it's not gonna be a nice fit. So that's why I went down on this one, because I saw the measurements and I'm like, okay, the difference between the top part, you know, like the bust and the hips is significant, right? So I'm gonna need something that is a little bit smaller on top, and you know, I really don't care about the bottom because I'm gonna tuck it in anyway. So that's what I did, and that's why I got a 16W. So you see the difference, you know, with my measurements, and I know this can happen to many people, especially, you know, as we go into our pre and menopause, you know, those changes, which are really, you know, not nice to us, but it could happen even more. So that's why it's important to take your measurements and make sure that you check those guides, you know, the size guides on the products, so that you get the best fit that you need for what you want. Okay, so like I was saying, I tucked it in, so that's how it looks on the side, because I just did like, you know, like a kind of I don't know, half French tuck. So this is, to me, this is something that really goes well with my body shape because of that. You know, I want it to be a little bit tighter than the top, right? I get more better fitted, but still I want it to look nice. So that's why I just kind of tuck it in, but not completely, because sometimes the tucking in completely can also cut you, like cut the whole the whole silhouette, and it can make you feel a little bit like, you know, like shorter, or you know, wider, I don't know. So this is it. I think it's so cute. It comes in other colors too, so check this one out. And just remember that different prices for different sizes and for different patterns, so keep an eye on that, okay? All right, so let me go ahead and show you the next one. Okay, so this one is something. Okay, this one is, I know that not everybody likes the type of patterns, but to me, I thought that this pattern was like so elevated. Like if you combine it with some gold jewelry, like chunky golden jewelry, is gonna look so fantastic. So that's why I got this one. It looks like a designer kind of fabric pattern. So I'm like, yeah, this is the one we're getting. But it comes in many other patterns too. Check them out. All right. Also have that, it has that little button right here on the cuff, more like a, you know, it is a long sleeve, and the material is, I would say, a little bit silky, although it's not shiny like this one, and a little bit of that other one, more like that, more, how to say, more it is soft, but it's a little bit more like more like structured, right? That it doesn't, the type that doesn't quite fall, you know, that doesn't flow. It's more structured. So that's the style. It also has the little collar neckline, of course, and it has the button on top. So I know that, you know, some of us want to know about this one, if we're doing like a fun design with a little, you know, tie for work. Anyway, so it has it. And in the back, I want you to notice that this one has, like I was telling you, not only the pleated design, but it also has that line that crossed out the back. So maybe, I guess it was just more to like break the pattern. It is pretty long too. So and the little difference is that this one has a little pocket and this one doesn't have a pocket, right? No, okay. This one doesn't have it. So yeah, this one has the little pocket and it is functional, so you have that in there. Yeah, so that's about this one. And this one I have for I would say like 6 months more or less. So the colors are still, you know, like shiny, very nice, very bright. So I'm gonna go ahead and try this one on so that you guys have an idea. And again, remember that we just trying on, and what I have underneath is a little cami, and that cami so that we can, so we can try different things here. And of course, I have my mirror over here because I always go to that corner and there's no mirror there. So anyway, sometimes I will have to go there. All right, so let's see. So we were doing this one, right? Yeah. All right. So if you're just getting in the live stream, welcome. My name is Lisbel, and I'm inviting you to, if you like what you're seeing here, the styles, I'm inviting you to go to my storefront. You're gonna see a follow button somewhere that has a plus sign. All you have to do is touch it, click it, and you're gonna be able to receive all the notifications whenever I go live, which is at least once a week. And you can also go to my storefront where I have a lot of new styles coming up, a lot of beautiful things, so go check it out. All right, so here's the other one, and I did highlight it, right? Yes, I did. Okay, so here's the other one. This one also is a little bit tighter on the hip area. However, I think this one is a little bit more comfortable than the other ones that I have tried, so keep that in mind. Again, my bust is 43 inches, my waist is 40 inches, and my hips are 55 inches, so there's a considerable difference. That's why I like to do this, so that you can see that, you're not alone. We all have some difficulties that we have to overcome. And of course, I'm just saying, we all look beautiful. We just want to feel good, right? And that's what I'm here, because I've been plus size my whole life, so I do have some experience in this. And I always try to get what is more flattering, and just at the same time still looking like put together and stylish, and not with a square just t-shirt all the time. So this is it. This is how it looks. That's how it looks on the side. And as you can see, I'm just wearing them all with the same trousers, just because I'm thinking that this could work really well, really well for work. And let's see. Okay, so the top, as you can see, is the torso area is pretty nice for my size. But then, as you can see over here in the waist area, then things start to kind of change. And it's because there's nothing wrong with the top, and there's nothing wrong with me either. It's just the measurements, right? That they don't quite match. So that is why when it is like that, I just do a little tuck, like maybe 2 inches in, and and that's it. So something that gives me a little bit more more flexibility, something that makes me look a little bit more relaxed instead of just being tight in this area. So that's it. So that's what I do, and it does give me that extra up. You can always wear a nice belt to make that contrast and to actually say, this is where my waist is. So I like that. And always leave a little bit out, just to be a little bit more confident, a little bit more comfortable. So that's what I usually do. And always, you can always just like roll up these sleeves if you're struggling with them. But you know, since I'm thinking about office attires, I don't think it's much of a big deal to have those long sleeves. So, what do you think of this one? Remember, there's many different styles. This is not like, it's not the only one. So check them out. All right. So let me go on ahead and show you the next one. Now this one also, I've had it for a long time. Okay. So this is the kind of shirt that once you get it, like, you know, it's timeless. Okay, because button up shirts have been like around since like forever. Okay, so maybe what can vary is the the patterns and maybe one or another detail that it has, but you can always just change the way you wear them just to, you know, get them up to date, if you will, and for you to feel more comfortable with the palette that you have at that time, the color palette that you have at that time, because you know, we actually sometimes change the color palette that we use. So anyway, here's the next one. Like I was telling you, I've had it for a long time. It also has been great. It holds really well. This one has a even better hold than the other ones. The other ones are a little bit more softer, but this one has more hold to it. And you know, I don't know if you can notice, but it has those nice little like super feminine sleeves, which I adore. And it also has the two cuff detail with the buttons over there. So this one is double, maybe a little bit more elevated than just having the one, right? Like this one. So this one is a double one, a little bit more cuff area, so I think it looks really nice too. And again, it has the upper button too. And I'm gonna go ahead and show you the, you know, that pleated design on the back together with the little line that runs over there. And this one is a little bit shorter than the rest, but it also looks really, really nice. And it's not, you know, animal print is not the only one available, so you can go ahead and check them out. Let me just go ahead and put it on and we'll see how this one looks. All right. All right. So, you know, I used to always like leave them out. If it is like, if it was too tight, what I did was I would just you know, kind of unbutton the last one, and you know, that was my go-to. But there are many other things that you can do, right? Like now it's a lot easier to do those little tucks, like the French tuck, like I was telling you, or you know, you can always just tuck it in completely. It's just, to me, like when you tuck in a shirt completely, like it's like you're out there. I don't know, for me. So that's the thing about those. All right. So see what I was telling you? I mean, you don't see it because I'm here on the window, but I'll show you in a minute. All right. So that's what I was telling you. Look at the sleeves. I love that it looks so like feminine and, you know, very flirty. I really like that. And these, like the two buttons, make it look so nice and, you know, kind of like in place and very structured. I love that. I think it's needed, and like I was telling you, it is a lot shorter than the other ones that we've been seeing. So I mean, if I wanna make it longer, what happens? Yeah, see how tight it looks? So that's why you can just leave it like relax on top of your hips right there. You know, not a big deal, because it kind of looks like you tucked it in. All right. But you can also do the little tuck that I was doing before, right? Like, I don't know, maybe like 2 inches in there, and you got it. It's done. It's not even, you know, it's not even a science. It's just something to give you a little bit more room to move around so you can feel more comfortable. See? See that? So there's always something to do, right? To solve any situations that can come up with your clothing. Of course, you can always, just wear it like a little, like a little, like a little cardigan, right? Especially during this time of the year that the weather does, it shifts so much between, like, it's like, well, I live in North Carolina, and like, let's just say in the very early mornings while I'm working, like around 3 in the morning, is probably 40 degrees, and then like now it will be like 80 something degrees. So you know what I'm saying. We got a lot of changes going on around. So yeah, so you can also wear it this way, just like a little cardigan. And you can always decorate it, like you can wear like a longer, like a pendant right here, a bigger like statement necklace, and you are gonna have the whole attire made up for you. So check it out. And then I'm gonna show you the next one. So this one is for those of us who love the 100% tops. This is it. It's a 100%. Now this one is a 3 extra large. The reason why I got it 3 extra large was because I wanted to be able to wear it out, like not tucked in. But see, the thing is that the knit is too big on the top. You know that I was telling you? So it was too big on the top. I'm gonna show you, you're gonna see it. But it doesn't, it's not stretchy. So that is something that I have to keep an eye on, because if not, then it's not gonna fit me, right? So there you have it. I love how you can see the fibers of the fabric. To me, that's just like, it says, this is just like expensive, right? So I love that. It has the design, like I was telling you, it has the pleated design plus the little, line on the back to structure it, and it has one button right here in the cuff area. Hold on. Okay, there you go, right there. And the buttons have a little bit of a, like a marbled, pearly kind of look also. So very nice. And it has a nice, more sturdy color neckline, but again, it's not stiff. So that's what we want, because nothing worse than a stiff neckline. Okay. So, and it also has the little pocket right there. So let me go ahead and show you this one again. Remember, I'm preparing you. Okay. So the top, it looks like so big. All right. And it's not that it's, the problem is not that it's big, is that it is it is a good fit on my hips, okay, but not on the top. You see what I'm saying? So that is like a no. I don't know. At least for me, I just don't feel comfortable, and that I'm all about feeling comfortable, trust me, because at some point it feels like it's pulling on you. You know what I mean? Feels like it's pulling on you. And by the way, I love wearing this one by rolling the sleeves, rolling them up. I think it looks really good. All right, so here we go. Okay, so as you can see, it does kind of go, okay, over there on the hips. Nice, covers it all like the other ones should have done, right? But what happens? It's super big in the torso area, so I just, it just takes away, right? Now remember, this is 3 extra large, all right? I sized up my usual double extra large because I wanted it to look good by completely just taking it out, because it's the 100% cotton, but it just didn't work. It didn't work. So now with this one, because it's so long, so it will give you more of a kind of like more like super relaxed fit. As you can see, because it's so big. So with this one, you know, you can just layer it. I mean, I don't feel bothered by it looking this way. Like, I feel good, but I feel like there's more to it. Like, I need more. So I would just maybe just roll up the sleeves nicely, of course. Just roll up the sleeves and have some nice, like I said, chunky jewelry. I think it goes really, really good with this style of top. And yeah, I mean, it does make me feel more comfortable than just having it all out. So I don't know, what do you guys think? Like I said, I was just doing some experiments today, right? So but yeah, you can tell, like, when you wear it, you can tell that it is a nice quality. You know, it even feels expensive when you wear it, but of course it's not. Check it out. So love it. You know, the 100% cotton, it really, really gets me. And it does come in other colors too. Like, I just wanted something that was like, you know, like that goes with everything. But this is the kind that I can definitely spare to get other colors for sure. All right. So I'm about to show you the last one. And the last one, this one is completely different to all the other ones. Completely different, okay? To all the other ones that we've seen. So this one, let's start by saying that it, you know, sleeveless right there. The material, it is a little silky, it is super flexible, and it feels like it feels very breathable, and it has that colored neckline that has a good hold, but again, it is not stiff. Okay, we want that. I love the design on the back. It has the little cut, the horizontal cut, and also that nice little pleated design that also gives you a little bit more room, and at the same time, you know, making it elevated. I love that. And of course, it has that, you know, the hemline is a little bit wider than the top. So, you know, when I got this one, I'm like, okay, so this one really can work. Now this one is extra large, okay, my regular size, but this one tends to be a little bit tighter, okay, than the other ones that I've shown you, that I showed you before, okay. So and I love, as you can see, the interior part is the same color, so that I love. Let me go ahead and try this one on so that you guys can see how it looks. So this one is a little bit, I would say a little bit shorter, or maybe it's because it does look shorter on me, because it's tighter. I don't know. You'll see. You'll see and you let me know, okay? So, yeah. Oh, maybe I should, oh, it's already coming up. Ah. You see what happens? Okay, so that's why I need to do it over there. All right. Okay. And this one, you know, of course, if you have done 100% cotton before, you know that you have to steam it real good, right? You know that. You know it, right? And you know, I mean, it's not that bad. It doesn't really get that bad, but when I don't wear it for a little bit, know that you're gonna have to kind of like give it a little bit of a touch of heat. All right. So yeah, you already can see that it's a little bit tighter, right? And of course, I'm also wearing the cami underneath, so that's already taking a little bit of space. All right. So there it is. See, I told you it's like really tight on top. So it is tight on top. I think, you know, it would help me if I didn't have this underneath. So just keep that in mind. All right. Let's see. Just get this out of the way so that it doesn't. Okay. Yeah. So as you can see, it is a nice design, a little bit higher on the sides, which I love. and you know, it has this little area right here that gives you a little bit more coverage, a little bit tight. So you know, like I always tell you, like I've been telling you lately, so these past few days, past few months, I have been putting on some weight due to some, you know, health issues. But so that's why it looks so tight. But you know, and maybe it's because of the, you know, also the cami that I have underneath it does help with that. So there you go. This one you can wear it this way, or again you can tuck it in. This one looks very nice tucked in because it's not a lot. You know what I mean? There's not a lot to tuck in. Not a lot to tuck in. All right, so ta-da. But I love, you know, the not having the sleeves is so different than the other ones. I really like this one. So great to wear on its own if you're, you know, just going out and about, or definitely if you're using for the office, you know, if you have those you know, rules that you have to follow, you definitely can wear a cardigan on top, or a nice little blazer, or a jacket. You know, any of those would work if you want to cover your arms. So, but I think this one is so cute. I think it's very feminine, and at the same time it looks elevated. It looks like, you know, casual, formal. I love it. So that is it. That's all I wanted to show you tonight. And Carol, hi Carol, how are you, Carol? So good to see you. Oh my goodness. Well, happy Mother's Day. Just like really behind. So I'm so happy to see you. Thank you. You got me just at the end. Oh my God. I know. So glad to see you too. That's okay. That's okay. Don't worry. I know that you're always you know, you always come back around. I really appreciate that. So yeah, but that is it. Thank you very much. Thank you. I appreciate that. I hope you enjoy what I had today. You know, because it was just about these button-up shirts that, you know, because I have such different measurements, it's kind of difficult to get the right one going. So you'll enjoy it. You'll laugh at my at my measurements and trying to find the right way to wear them. So I appreciate everybody here tonight. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you. And before I leave, I just want to say thank you so much, Zeagoo. Thank you so much, Imbalan. I appreciate you guys. And Dawn, thank you for being here again. And Carol, thank you so much for showing up. And I will see you all next time, okay? Thank you. Bye-bye. Have a good night. Have a good weekend.